Traders, welcome back to the channel, and today we are covering Resgreen Group. What this company does is they acquire robotics-based AI. Now, there's a few cool things that they are currently working on. The first thing that I want to disclose is that this is a sponsored video, but I'm going to be giving you my unbiased opinion like I always do. I'm not telling you to buy or sell this stock, and I'm going to show you potential buy and support levels here, but it's worth noting I am not in this stock, but I see quite a lot of potential in the overall space, and the chart does look very interesting. You can base it on the TA, so you know that I'm not lying. There's a lot of potential with this stock, but let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cover two articles going over things that I like that the company is doing, and I want to spend a base of the video going over the chart, showing the overall potential and why I do think that there is hope for this company and why it's at a really decent actual buy point. The first thing I'm gonna do is just read about who they are. Resgreen Group International is a holding company. The company acquires and develops components for material handling, logistics, and certain automatic guided vehicles, AGV, and mobile technologies. Fancy word of saying AI-based machines. Now, they have a project that I'm very excited about, and that was just overall announced, caused a major spike on the overall company, causing a major spike on the price of the company. But we're going to get more into that here in a sec. So a few things I do want to look at is kind of the overall materials. We can look at who they are and stuff, but that's not really the important part. Things that they're doing is, think about Amazon when they have pre-packaged machines that can package these boxes and wrap them and stuff like that. That's a pretty important part. We have factories, car manufacturing, Tesla, that type of stuff. So they'll be actually making these machines and then leasing them to the buildings, or selling to them overall. These are the people that acquire those small companies, and it's actually a cool little system when you get down to it. One area they're talking about too is automatic driving and parking systems and garages. That's going to be very big for large cities as well. And then this is the one that they're currently working on. It's a company, Wanda SD. They acquired them, and they do UV sanitation. Obviously was really big during COVID, and we can continue to see this field overall do very well with the coming years, especially because I think people are more focused on sanitation with the overall virus and what's happened over the past year, and I think this will continue to kind of build up. But let's get into that article. Now, it's worth mentioning this is a very small company, and they're growing right now, so you're really buying into something that you believe in the space. You're buying because you believe into AI. That's the only reason why you'd be buying here. And as we see, they are making these sales right now. They're trying to sell to hotels, to Wyndham is one of the big ones that they're trying to work with right now, and selling these overall vehicles. And we see that it's working. The travel lodge with Wyndham, that's really big news. And then we could read Wyndham's statement about it. Wanda's SD's quick and easy disinfection for rooms and public areas and mobility has made it a wonderful addition to our cleaning routine. So this was pretty big, and having Wyndham, which is a very big hotel and casino branch around the United States, that's really big for them. Working with someone that large definitely puts some credibility behind their company, and that's kind of something we want to see. It's also worth noting they just brought in a new head of sales for overseas, so they're trying to get this bigger than just the US, especially seeing the proof of concept is working with Wyndham. This can really work in areas like China and South Korea and Asia, because they're very big on sanitation in their hotels because of some of the stuff that's happening there. So that's a really big area that they are focused on growing, and it's not just a lot of hype going on. And in the past 2-3 weeks, we've seen a lot of news coming out about these guys, and when we look at the chart, you're going to see the chart reflects this. Okay, so looking at the chart over the past few weeks, you saw we were on a gradual uptrend since pretty much beginning of December all the way until early February, which was really strong. Now, I would like to say this pretty much ended right here at 12 cents. That's pretty much where we got to, and then we came back down. And then from the Nasdaq dip, this has really been hurting the stock. So that is worth noting. But where I really like this stock is right here on this line. It's showing that there's strength, and this is a massive support. So either way, I do not see us dropping straight through. I see us definitely bouncing and starting to move back up, and I would love to see a test and retest of that 14-cent range. Now, long term, this really isn't a play for me, but in the short term, I could definitely see the value. So I'm being very straight up. Long term, not really my type of thing, but short term looks very strong. I'm definitely seeing a bounce there. And why am I seeing a bounce there? Look at the OBV. This tells us a very big chunk of what's happening with the stock and kind of the future overall. So we saw this massive run, right? Massive channel on that massive move. This indicated that there were people actually buying the stock. This wasn't manipulated. This wasn't a single buyer. This was people really getting into it. We saw a big flatline movement, and then we saw the company actually accelerating and growing, and now we're seeing, an overall dip. this is something we really like to see with a company. And when a stock dips, this is what you really do want to see. So we're seeing this flag. So I could easily see it start to bounce and start getting a move back up. Now, I'm not saying we push to new highs. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying it does look bullish. The volume is definitely still there, and it looks like we're going to continue. So where I'm looking is going to be this range down here. It's a very tight range with low risk, in my opinion. If you're looking at like 6.8 cents all the way down to about 6 cents flat, that's my entry point, and it looks pretty decent there. But I am not in the stock. I will notify you if I actually do make a move and jump into this stock, so just so you know. Overall thoughts on Res Group, they look pretty interesting. They have some room to go. They could be very positive, but it's a little bit of a small stock. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of risky, so do your own DD. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you the news as I see it. Again, this is a sponsored video as well, but I'm giving you my complete unbiased opinion. My reputation's kind of on the line. So as always, this is completely unbiased. And if I do get into it, I'll mention it on one of the lives, so check it out. But it's worth noting, I own 0% of this stock right now. But that's gonna wrap this video. I'll see you guys next time. Namaste.
Check.